You ever seen something so wild, so out of the blue, that for a split second you doubt your own eyes like, no way this is real life? That was the morning at St. Mercy General when a German shepherd stormed through those automatic doors with a little girl sprawled across his back, blood soaking through her dress. I swear, time just froze. Phones still ringing, doctors mid-sentence, nurses pushing gurneys, then boom. Everything goes silent, like the air itself was holding its breath, just watching this dog stride in, eyes dead set on the front desk, that little girl hanging limp, not a soul daring to move. You know what I mean? Even the security guard, who's always got something smart to say, mouth wide open, like he just saw a ghost. The receptionist pen just hung midair. Karen, one of the nurses, real steady type, she's the first to move, crouching slow, hands out, voice barely above a whisper. It's okay, I'm here to help. The shepherd, he lets out this deep, warning growl, not angry, just scared, desperate, like he's got the weight of the world on his back and nobody but him can carry it. But when Karen inches closer, promising she's there for the girl, the dog, he just steps aside, as if he gets it, as if he's saying, all right, but you better not mess this up. Karen scoops up the girl god. She's tiny, cold as marble, skin clammy. No way a child should feel that light. We've got a pediatric emergency. Karen shouts, and just like that, the room erupts. Docs shout orders, code blue, machines beeping, stretchers flying. But in the middle of all that chaos, no one can forget how this dog just walked in carrying a child like he's done it 100 times. The shepherd tries to follow, eyes locked on Karen, but a guard steps ironly. He can't bring himself to shove the dog away. Something in the air, like everyone knows deep down, this animal belongs here. Inside the trauma room, they work on the girl wires, oxygen, monitors, DR. Simmons barking, commander vitals are a mess, heartbeat shaky, breathing barely there. We're losing her, he mutters, face tight. Meanwhile, the shepherd paces outside, nails tapping frantic little rhythms on the tile. Every time someone cracks open the trauma room door, he whines, trying to slip in, eyes wild, not willing to leave her. Finally, a nurse relents and tells security, let him stay. Soon as the door opens, the dog is at her bedside, sits down, doesn't budge, just stares at her like if he looks away for even a second, something bad will happen. While the docs try to save the girl, the rest of the hospital is scrambling. Nobody knows who she is, where she came from, or how in the world this dog found the hospital. Someone checks his collar, nothing but a battered old leather band. No tags, no chip, no name. Security rewinds the cameras, tracing back the dog's steps. There he is, bursting from the tree line at the hospital's edge, never hesitates, just pushes through the doors carrying that girl, as if he's done this 1,000 times in his head before. It's almost eerie, a purpose in his eyes, like he's on a mission no one else could possibly understand. Now, by the time local cops and a park ranger show up, the sun's starting to set. Staff have already nicknamed him Hero Fitting, if you ask me. He sits by the door, ears perked, watching the search team gear up. One ranger crouches down, points to the forest, and Hero lets out this soft, determined growl like he's telling them, you want to know what happened? Follow me. So they dash straight into the woods, mud sucking at their boots, branches whipping past their faces. After nearly an hour, they stumble into a makeshift camp. Torn tarp, burnt-out fire, trash everywhere. There's blood-stained cloth draped on a log, and a little shoe, matching the one on the girl's foot. And this is the twist that gets everyone. A cracked phone in the dirt, screen busted, but the wallpaper is the girl smiling, arm thrown around the shepherd's neck. Back at the hospital, hours drag by. The girl, still unconscious, is kept in the ICU, machines beeping slow and steady staff whispering, taking pictures of the shepherd curled up at her bedside, refusing to eat or sleep, eyes glued to every breath she takes. Sometime near dawn, she gasps a sound that sends chills down the whole floor. Her eyelids flutter open, searching, confused, until she spots the dog. Scout, she rasps, so quiet you can barely hear her. The shepherd jerks upright, tail thumping the floor, lets out this soft huff like relief pouring out of him. Tears, Man, even the gruffest nurses were wiping at their eyes. Later that morning, a child psychologist sits beside her. The girl's voice is rough, but her words are clear. His name's Scout. He's my best friend. Bit by bit, the truth spills out. She says a man, someone she called Uncle, took her from home. At first, he was gentle, then, deep in the woods, something snapped. He got mean, shouted, hit her. Scout tried to protect her, barking, growling, but it got bad, real bad. One night, the man hit her hard, and everything went black. But Scout, he never left. She remembers his fur, his warmth, even when she couldn't move. He stayed, she says, clutching his neck with both hands. He wouldn't leave me. Doctors confirm her story: bruises, cracked ribs, hypothermia. They say if Scout hadn't carried her in when he did, she would have died. 30 minutes later, it would have been too late. Now, with her memory pieced together and Scout's trail clear, police doubled down in the woods, combing every inch. With her help and the evidence at camp, they tracked the uncle to a bus station in the next town over. He's trying to skip out, duffel bag slung over his shoulder, the girl's missing backpack inside. Under questioning, his whole story crumbles. Media goes nuts. K9 hero saves abducted girl. The headlines splashed everywhere. Cameras flash. Reporters crowd the hospital doors, but Scout doesn't care. He stays at her side, head on her lap, waiting for another squeeze of her hand. With the suspect locked up and no sign of her real family, the girl's placed in emergency foster care. One catch: she won't go without Scout. Social workers hesitate, but after seeing the way he watches her, the way she leans into him, no one has the heart to split them up. They settle into a small apartment with her foster mom, Scout trailing her everywhere at her feet during breakfast, curled up under her blanket at night. When the hospital holds a little ceremony, Scout gets draped in a shiny red ribbon, has no clue what's going on, but when she hugs him tight, he just sits there, chest puffed out, proud as can be. Later, someone nominates Scout for the National K9 Bravery Award. He's not a police dog, not a rescue, just a mutt with too much heart. But you know what? Sometimes, all it takes is one creature doing the impossible to remind you that loyalty, courage, and love are real, and they can save a life. Now, I gotta ask, if you saw a dog run into an ER with a child on his back, would you have believed your eyes, or would you have thought it was some kind of miracle? Where do we draw the line between instinct and heroism, between animal and family? I want to hear your thoughts. What would you have done? And do you think justice was truly served? Drop your comments below. Let's talk about what real loyalty means and who gets to decide what a hero looks like.